Benjamin Garcia with the Locked On Podcast Network, also host of the Ben Garcia Show, here with my guy, Kevin Clark, doing all he can to make the rounds. This is like the fourth time over the past couple years. I'm like, Kevin, can I just get some time? And every time he's good with his time, he's nice with us, but we want to be quick, brief here, but let's just do it. Kevin, a lot of Arizona Cardinals chatter about Kyler Murray and his future with the team. Is it the right decision? Where should they go? Just blanket statement with Kyler Murray. Where are you at as a quarterback? Is he someone that you think can be a trophy guy?
Yes, I can. So first of all, I was surprised nationally. You mentioned I had Kyler Murray on my show earlier this year, and I was surprised nationally how many people rolled their eyes when Kyler Murray said, "I want to bring a trophy to the Arizona. I want to bring a Lombardi Trophy to Arizona." Because I think locally people understand how good Kyler Murray is, and on a down-to-down basis how dangerous he is, what he can do. I don't think there's been a great infrastructure. I don't think Cliff Kingsbury was the right coach for him at one point. You know, the talent has not been amazing. Just 1 to 53 in that locker room. But I completely 100%. It was a little gymnastics there. Someone was going around the camera. Just so the viewer knows, somebody was going around the camera.
It's not easy to get anything here in New Orleans.
I was making sure that it was okay.
But I appreciate it.
No, but he can win a Lombardi without a doubt. He's right. That's his dream, and that's realistic. The Cardinals organization has to get a lot better. But for me, why would you try to move on from Kyler Murray? Like, who are you going to get that's better? Like, they already did that. It's not like you stuck with Josh Rosen or whatever. Like, Kyler Murray has the capability to be a top 10 quarterback. And I don't think there's a lot of guys available who would want to come to Arizona who have that ceiling.
So you say potential for a top 10 guy. Right now, would you say Kyler Murray's a top 10 guy in there?
No.
Okay.
Fringe,
okay, like top 10 guy, 12,
in
13.
the discussion, and if someone ranked him 9th or 10th, I wouldn't storm out of the interview. You know, so I think also you get more talent around him. Yeah, we're looking at 8, 9, 10.
So I have this belief in this theory. I have a former colleague call it the Quarterbacks That Matter Club. I like to call it superstars, stars. The real quarterbacks in the NFL that I think that matter. I'm not sure if you are not Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, a top 4 to 5, 6 guy even. I don't know if you can win a Super Bowl without it. We saw Brock Purdy get there, doesn't win it. See Jalen Hurts, he already went there once, didn't win it. Is the only way just really stacking the roster for these guys to have the ability to win it, or is it just you can do it with any guys? Rex Grossman went to a Super Bowl, but is it this?
A little bit of a different area. Yeah, I completely agree with you. I know what you're saying.
This year, or this type
it's a sliding scale.
Yeah.
It's a sliding scale. You need to stack the roster if your quarterback is Sam Darnold. Kyler Murray, to me, it's not that degree. You don't need to have everything go right for Kyler Murray to make a Super Bowl. You don't. You need receivers, you need a line, you need a good defense, but it's not like you need to import Howie Roseman to get 30 of the best players in the NFL in order for Kyler Murray to win. I don't believe that. I think the bar is lower for that. I think Kyler can make stuff happen on his own, and that to me is the differentiation between him and a lot of guys in the league. I'm a Kyler Murray believer, without a doubt.
Everyone that I've talked to today, and over the past couple of days, Trevor Sikkema, you, some local guys, everyone is still so strongly pro Kyler Murray, and it's interesting because what he did post Week 10, Week 11, and I was a big Kyler Murray guy as well, it was more so, is he the guy to be able to play consistently all year? We've seen the talent in spurts. What makes you consistently just stay in love with this guy? I thought at first, like with Trevor Sikkema, I'm like, it's just one guy. It's the consensus. People aren't out on this guy. What makes you continuously come back?
You see it. You see the talent. You see what a nightmare he is. You know, it was funny when he was on my show, I said, who's the lineman that just scares you? Where you're just like, I don't want to do this. And he said it was Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald's out of the league. Everybody else, he has one of the ultimate trump cards for a defensive line, which is he can get out of it. He can extend plays in a way that most coaches can't, quarterbacks can't. And so that's it for me, is like he can do things, he can stress a defense in a way that is special. And I'm always going to bet on that. And if the roster gets better, he can win as much as he likes. He is the type of guy you can win a lot with because of his skill set. I always bet on athleticism and and talent, and you can unlock that stuff. So I will be a Kyler Murray defender for a long time.
This is my final question as I take you can even just step even a little bit closer to me at this point, because I am taking up all the space on here.
Let's go.
So I appreciate you, again, giving us your time. This will be the last question I have for you. I have a running theory. Not only do I think you can't win a Super Bowl with a defensive head coach, I don't know if you can get to the Super Bowl with a defensive head coach. It's a lot of Kyle Shanahan's, Sean McVay's, Andy Reid at this point. Thank you. This is what it is right now. You're at Radio Row, but Andy Reid, the Sean McVays, those type of guys. Kyle Shanahan, Jonathan Gannon. He might be the right guy to set the culture, but with a defensive guy, can you win a Super Bowl?
You can. I don't know if you can build a dynasty. Here's what I mean by that. The issue is, as we know. So first of all, like they always say, like offensive coaches more comfortable setting the agenda, playing, literally you're playing offensive. You're on the offensive, but it's a little more attack focused, different kind of game planning, whereas defensive coaches are more reactive. That's always been, if you read books or listen to old coaches, that's how they talk about it. And defensive coaches can be very organized and they can be very good. And Mike Tomlin knows how to coach, Pete Carroll knows how to coach, Bill Belichick knows how to coach. It's a different deal. But you've seen with all of those guys that those guys are only as good as their offensive coordinator in a lot of situations, or they hit on a quarterback and they're off to the races. The problem with a defensive coach, as you know, I'm not breaking new ground here, is if you have a great season, someone's going to steal the OC, and you're going to be back to square one. And just come on through, guys.
Yeah, it's all good. It's okay.
No, and so
that's what post-editing is for.
And so the problem is, let's say the Cardinals pop next year. Well, someone's going to take Drew immediately, and he's going to go be the coach in Tampa Bay, whatever the hell, right? And this time next year, and it's hard to sustain that level. You look at Tampa Bay right now. They hit on Dave Canales, he leaves. They hit on Liam Cohen, he leaves. And now they're going to go back to the well again. Well, it's hard to have Baker Mayfield learning a new. Peyton Manning was on my show a couple weeks ago, and he was saying the biggest thing he says to teams about young quarterbacks, like, don't make them learn different languages a bunch of times over a small period. Having 3 play callers in 3 years. Like, the only way to avoid that kind of turnover, if you're having success, is to have an offensive head coach who calls plays.
My guy, Kevin Clark, doing the Lord's work, talking all things quarterbacks, NFL. Appreciate it. Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks,
you were
buddy.
way too kind to me. I'm badgering this guy a little bit ago. He's in conversations. He's kind. He's nice. He's totally approachable at this point. So Benjamin Garcia, Locked On Podcast Network, host of the Ben Garcia Show. Kevin Clark, thank you so much for your time, sir.
Thanks, buddy.
Yes, sir.